Well, we're going to try this again. I think it actually worked pretty well last time, so I think we'll do this again. I'm kind of liking making these videos. I don't think they're turning out that great, but that's all right, though. I think they're getting the point across anyway. It is pretty early right now, so you're going to have to cut me some slack. If I mess up, just raise your hand and let me know. For number one, one of the things that could be confusing about this one is this negative on the outside. It's just kind of there. It's kind of like with the x. If there's nothing there, you can just put a 1 in front of it. So this is basically like saying -1, and then I can put that in there as well. If I do my multiplication here, -1 times 1 is just going to be -1x. Multiply again, that's -8, so it would be +8. Down here, 7 times 4, 28. 7 times 3x to the second would be +21x to the second. Now if I look at everything I have here and look for some things to put together, I think the only thing I can put together is this middle part right here, which leaves me with -1x. That would be plus 36, and then we would have plus 21x to the second power. Alright, number 2. Lots of n's in this one. 4 into the second, -2n, multiply those together, we're going to get a positive. That's going to be 8n to the third. Then we've got -4, and -3 is also going to be positive. That's going to be a positive 12n to the second. Over here we've got a negative number, so that's just going to be -2n. And then we have -2n times 2n is going to be -4n to the second power. Now if I look to put things together, it looks like I've got this and this that go together. The other things are separate, so I'll just go 8n to the third. Put those together would be plus 8n to the second, and then I've got minus 2n. Number 3, we got 3 different letters actually in this one, Z, X, and Y. So you just have to be a little bit careful, but I don't think it'll really make too much of a difference. You just have to make sure that in the end you're only putting things together that go together. So if I multiply this together, I get 15ZX or XZ, however you want to put it. I think probably you'd want to list it in the order of the alphabet. I think that makes the most sense anyway, but really I don't think it matters as long as you're consistent throughout the whole thing. 3 times 7, we've got positive 21YZ. Then we come to this part up here. That's just going to be 3x to the second, and then that's just going to be 9. Now I'm looking to put things together here, and it does not look to me like we have anything that goes together. We've got an XZ, a YZ, an x to the second, 9, whole bunch of different things, so we're just going to keep that as your answer. Now, just to have a little fun during this here, I will give you an extra credit point right now if you stand up and go shake Corey Weichel's hand. And Corey, I guess you'll just have to shake your own hand, but I'll give you extra credit. Get up, shake Corey's hand, head back to your seat. Alright, hopefully you got your extra credit point from the last question. If you didn't, you may want to rewind just a little bit just to see what you actually had to do. But I'm sure with people just getting up and randomly shaking Corey Weichel's hand that I think that you'll probably figure it out. For this one, I can add this 1 here to start with. 3 times 1n would just be 3n. 3 times -2 is going to be a positive 6. -8n times 5n to the third would be negative, not 80, 40n to the fourth, and then we just have -8n times -2, which is going to be a positive, so it's going to be plus 16n. Looking through this to put some things together, looks like we've got this guy right here and this guy right here. Put those together, we've got 19n, we've got plus 6, and we've got minus 40n to the fourth. just remember with this, you can really put it together any way that you want to. Um, Let me stop for a second here because I've already seen something that I did wrong here, and I'm sure that you caught this before I did. 3 times negative 2 would be negative 6. So down here I would have minus 6. But like I was saying, you can put this together any way you want to as long as you have some combination of positive 19n, negative 6, and negative 40n to the fourth. Number 5. 6x to the second, negative 6x, positive 7, positive, yes, Josie, 7 times 6 is 42. 42 xy, isn't that the one you always ask me which one it is? So we've got this. Looking on here, it does not look like we've got anything to put together, so this is going to be your final answer. Alright, number 6, we've got this negative symbol on the outside again, so if you want to draw that 1 in there, you can. If you've done this so many times that you don't need to do that, that's also okay. I'll put the 1 in there anyways as well. So then we've got negative 8n, that would be positive 5, I almost put 6, positive 5. Times this together times another n is going to be 3n to the 5th. And then we do the 3 times the negative 7 is going to be minus 21. And then we would have n to the 4th. Looking up here again, it doesn't look like anything here actually goes together. So we would just keep this and that would be your answer. Number 7. Looks like we got 36x. And then we've got a positive 30. Oh, by the way, Thursday I'm going to Living History Farm, so I think Mrs. Stumberg is going to be here. So try not to give her too hard of a time because it's hard enough to find subs that can actually stand having you guys. So go easier on her, okay? 8x times x would be 8x to the second power. And then we have 8 times negative 5 is going to be, or 8x times negative 5 is going to be negative 40x. Looking for things to put together here. Looks like we can put a few things together. Looks like we can put this and the negative 40x, put those together, and I have negative 4x, and then I have plus 30 and plus 8x to the second power. Doesn't matter what order you put them in as long as you use a negative 4x, a positive 30, and a positive 8x to the second power. Number 8. Negative 14n, negative 6, positive 7n, and positive 7. And here, 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 and here. Put those together, that looks like negative 7n, and that looks like positive 1. And that should be it for that one. All right, number 9. So we've got, times those together, we've got negative 56. And this one we would have x to the second and z. We just write it x2 z. We don't want to put it at the end because if I put it after the z, that means we have 2z instead of 2x. So make sure that you write it like this because there is a difference to it. 7z times 1 is just going to be positive 7z. That'd be negative 8x. Another negative, we've got negative 12. Looking for things that go together, we've got an x to the second z. We've just got a z, we've just got an x, we've just got a regular number. So that's going to be it for this one.